I found the most creepiest and most interesting Roblox TikToks on the internet. Some of these TikToks warn us about things that we didn't know and share scary facts. Let's take a look to see if these facts are true or not. Grow a Garden is the most popular game on Roblox right now, but there's actually a creepy story inside of the game. I personally don't like Grow a Garden, so I don't know much of the lore in it. But apparently, players have been seeing a weird figure that looks like a bacon man. The bacon has been reported to be a cursed figure, and you have to summon it. You can only summon it around the M and the M, or you can summon it in a private server.
Talk about the tall bacon, and welcome to Qwerty's story. So the tall bacon dot is a creepypasta. Everyone has tried it dot, but dot didn't work. This one girl tried the dot glitch and it worked. The tall bacon is from dot gag. To spawn the tall bacon dot, you must do this step. First you must be in 12 night, and then go to the seed dot shop. Go to chat and type tall bacon and go to your farm. Try to dot make your hiding spot dot underground. Don't forget to get in dot private server. Tall bacon has a ripped looking hand and body that kinda long, and help sign in his hand. I heard that tall bacon dot inspired by tall Shelly from Dandy's world. I'm sorry if there's something wrong. Please follow and text if you did. And stay safe. Bye.
A lot of people have been talking about this tall bacon. And there's even clips of people trying to summon the tall bacon in-game. But people say that when they summon the tall bacon starts saying stuff like, "Please fruit," and starts begging for random stuff that you have in your garden. Yeah, that doesn't sound scary at all. That sounds like a regular bacon beggar. And it is a regular bacon beggar. You can't summon any figure into a Roblox game, unless the game scripted that in there. Which I doubt Grow a Garden would script, a bacon that begs players in-game for fruits and stuff. Have you ever played a Roblox game, and suddenly creepy stuff starts happening? Like the game suddenly goes dark, or maybe your screen starts glitching out. Well, that's what happened to a player when they were playing a regular game on Roblox. It was a really scary incident that player experienced. This player was never seen playing Roblox after this occurrence.
Let's talk about.
Do you hear the whistle?
Also known as the whistle occurrence, this is a creepy myth from Roblox. It tells the story of a player named Helen Martin 39, who experienced something strange while playing a shooter game. At first, everything looked normal. Helen Martin 39 played the game. But soon, the screen froze for a couple of seconds. After it unfroze, it froze again. Eventually, the game returned to normal, and Helen continued playing. However, after 9 to 10 seconds, the screen began to get darker. The sky turned into a glitchy, black square. A low, disturbing sound started playing in the background. Suddenly, a tall black figure appeared, standing in front of Helen Martin 39. Then, a message appeared at the bottom of the screen saying, "Do you hear the whistle?" Then the game froze again and turned completely black. Next, Helen was teleported to a random area that looked like a default base plate in Roblox. The tall black figure stood in front of him. The figure then moved into an unusual, creepy pose. Its body stretched upward, and its head began shaking. Finally, the game froze once more. All that could be seen was the sky. After a few moments, the player was disconnected from the game.
This incident only happened one time, and it was to that poor bacon. This incident happened a lot more recently than I thought it did. I thought this happened in like 2018 or something, but it happened in January 2023. This creepypasta blew up, and people started to recreate their own version to it. The original video of the whistle occurrence is still up on YouTube, and it has a bunch of views. There was a TikToker that was famous for doing very weird stuff to himself. When he did those things, he would millions of views, and most people thought it was funny. But if you actually take a second to look at what he's doing, you'll realize that these are not good things to do to yourself. In fact, these are very harmful actions.
Hey guys, let's talk about Junya One Goo. So basically this person was a TikTok star and his bio said, "I will become hero in this world." If you don't know this person, he made videos like him playing with Mentos and Coke, and he would put it in his nose, mouth, even in his eye. I honestly thought this was for clout, and it was, but it wasn't even funny. I mean it was, but this was hurting him. And he would do dangerous things like get to straws and put it in his nose and inhale. But one day on 2022, June 20th, he posted. And that was the last he ever posted. It's kinda weird because he would post every week. And if you check on his likes, you will see girl like working out or in a bathing suit. And it was kinda weird. But if you see on the girl's post, it will be recent, and for me, I think Junya is still alive. My thoughts are that someone hacked into his account and is the reason he's not posting, or he just needs some time. If y'all guys have thoughts, then put it in the comments, and also DM me some stories you want me to request to talk about.
I've seen this happen a lot with influencers, where suddenly they start putting weird stuff on their page. Usually this happens because they're hacked, but sometimes it's actually them doing it. But it's most likely just to prank their audience. Or they do that for attention and clout. People are saying that Younga Wongu wasn't hacked, and that he's doing it on purpose, which I find it really weird, if it really is him liking all these revealing outfit girls. I checked his page, and it's just a bunch of revealing outfit girls posting themselves. I guess he's trying to promote their pages by visibly liking their videos. Megan was a very popular horror movie that I never got to watch before. But now I'm glad I never watched it because it's based on a true story. Movies that are based on true stories actually give me the chills. I would not be able to sleep that night at all.
Let's talk about
Megan is missing.
this horror movie made by Michael Goy is based on a true story. Characters Megan and Amy would often talk to multiple guys on the internet, but their specific guy who they always talk to is Josh. This is Josh's profile picture, who Megan and Amy finds it attractive. Megan would talk to Josh more than Amy did. Amy would then search Josh and research him. Josh would always threaten Amy's small stuff, meaning of overprotectiveness and toxic between the friendship. Things would eventually get worse. One day Megan would then agree for a meetup with Josh. Little did she know that when she would arrive, she would be kidnapped by Josh. Amy would then look for Megan. Josh would track her and take her too. Josh would do some bad and disturbing stuff to Megan and Amy, ending violent act by burying them to the ground. Amy would be sent to Josh's dungeon. Her life would end. Josh would put Megan in a barrel. Megan's life would also end. This movie was banned in New Zealand because it has weird and violent imagery.
Yep, and that's why I would not watch the movie Megan. This backstory is super horrifying. I mean, you can only imagine the torture he did to those girls. But since the part 2 of Megan is not based on true story, I'll probably watch part 2. I'm most likely going to be confused while watching it, since I didn't watch part 1, but I'd rather watch the fictional version of a movie than version where it's based on a true story. This last scary TikTok is about lyrics from a song. I love knowing the meaning behind lyrics, because sometimes they appear normal, but when somebody describes the dark meaning behind it, it shocks me.
Explaining videos with a dark lyric, part 3.
Cousin lyrics.
Before I start, please understand that this isn't scary, but for some others it is. So Okazan is a Vocaloid with a dark lyric. Okazan was published in January 29, 2008. In the song, the girl says that her mother is coming and her neck would be twisting, which means her mother is on her way to kill her for unknown reasons. At the end, she will say that her mother already got her. It was before she was glitching, which means the mother had already L3D her, and the reverse version. One isn't that really scary too. That's all, and stay safe.
That's so creepy. What the? It's Ann while I'm editing this video and I'm so tired. So I'ma just end it here. If it's nighttime while you're watching this video, then good night. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye bye my lovey. We all have gone to school before or about to start. But did you know that your school might be haunted? Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay safe. Have you ever been in class, bored, and then your teacher called your name? What if I told you that wasn't actually your teacher, but a skinwalker or an entity? This will help explain.
If you ever sit down for an exam and the paper is written in a language you cannot recognize, except for the title at the top, Happy Holly Tree, you are not in your world anymore. Forget the exam, you failed it. Follow these rules. 1. Do not try to escape the classroom. Trust me, you do not want to attract all the attention. The hallway loops either way, this place will lead you back here. 2. Do not try to talk to anyone in the room. It's an exam, have some manners.
Candies, if this happened to me, I would fail instantly because I love talking to my friends. Even during tests.
Besides, they are not human, and they might start to realize that you are. 3. If your pen starts moving on its own, do not interrupt it. Let it finish. Whatever it writes is your next step, even if it makes no sense. Especially, if it makes no sense. 4. If the fire alarm goes off but no one reacts, stay perfectly still and breathe slowly. The alarm is not for them. It's for you. They can't hear it. It went off to make you panic. Good luck.
That's so scary. Imagine going to school to study, but the whole class starts chasing you instead. Don't forget to count your steps, or you might just start running in a loop around the school. That's so crazy when you go to school. Do you walk, take the bus, or get driven by your parents? If you said that you take the bus, be very careful, as a lot of kids are going missing on the bus right now. Watch out or you might be next.
At 7:30 a.m., 11 kids got into their school van, and they never came back. This is a true story. It happened in Mexico, 2017. The van drove off like it always did. Nothing seemed unusual, until the van didn't return. Parents waited. They thought it was traffic, or maybe a delay. But then the school called. Van never showed up. Not a single child was marked present. Every phone was off. Police began searching. At 11:42 a.m., they found it. A yellow school van, parked on a foggy back road. Engine still running. Doors wide open. But inside, no driver, no kids, no backpacks. Just one thing left behind. A torn teddy bear inside Amina Delgado's school bag. The windows were scratched. From the inside. Over and over. The same word. Help! There was no sign of struggle. No blood. No damage. Salim's record was clean. His family was confused. Terrified. No ransom call. No CCTV. No leads. 3 months later, a boy named Mateo was found in a town hours away. Alone. His head was shaved. His eyes blank. He didn't speak for weeks. Until one night, he whispered, "The van took us somewhere." And then he said, "It's coming back."
Wow, that bus is still somewhere. Even if they say it's in Mexico, it can literally be anywhere around the world. Be careful, especially if you are a kid or you might be their next victim. When waiting for the bus, make sure your parents are with you. We have all seen bullies before, and nobody likes them as they are very mean and annoying. But did you know a girl in Japan got bullied so much that she became a school monster?
She was bullied by her classmates at school. To escape the bullies, she hid in the bathroom and was later found deceased by her classmates. The toilet was then sealed by the school authorities, as rumors spread that the toilet was haunted. It was believed that if you entered that toilet, the ghost of the Japanese urban legend Hanako would appear in front of you. Before you could react, her spirit would grab your face and pull you into the toilet.
Oh wow. Imagine if you're a new student at the school and don't know anything. So you go to use the restroom and then boom. My head pops out of the toilet, but imagine you were sitting down and that happens. You will die, that's so scary. That's why you should always check the toilets at your school. Or you might be the next victim. Have you ever been sitting in class and fell asleep before? Well, this is one of the most dangerous things you can do. This video will explain everything.
If you ever fall asleep in class, and wake up to an unfamiliar classroom, and hallways that seem to go on forever, you are not in your school anymore. In order to find the exit, you must follow these rules. 1. There are teachers here, avoid them. If you hear a classroom door open, as you pass, walk faster but do not run. 2. You will hear a soft voice, talking over the intercom. They will be reading names at random. If you hear your name called, ignore it. If it starts to repeat, close your eyes and stand perfectly still, until it stops. 3. You will hear other students in the distance. You will never find them. If the sound gets louder, turn around and walk the opposite way. 4. You must make your way to the principal's office. Only there will you find the
Candies. This is so scary, I fall asleep every day. And I never knew there was a chance of this happening to me. If I was in this situation, I feel like I would just start crying. But now we know we should all avoid this. Everyone watching this video loves their mom. However, the person that sounds like your mom might not even be her. But an imposter, let's watch this.
In 2009, a teenage girl returns home from school and heads straight to her room, quietly closing the door behind her to discuss date plans with her boyfriend over the phone. Before long, a knock interrupts her. "Remember to keep the door open," her mother calls from the other side. Annoyed, she rolls her eyes and mutters, "Whatever," before stomping over and swinging it open. An hour later, her mother calls from the kitchen. Dinner's ready. Still irritated, the girl brushes off the request and opens her laptop to watch a show on Netflix. As the familiar theme song plays, she leans back in her chair and tries to relax. Suddenly, a dinner plate is hurled from the kitchen, crashing onto the hallway floor. The sharp sound jolts the girl as her mother's voice calls out again, this time unnaturally loud and twisted. "I said dinner is ready." The girl pauses, glancing down the hallway.
Mom?
She calls out, her voice trembling. No answer. Hesitating, she walks down the hall, her heart racing with each step. As she enters the kitchen, everything seems normal, except for a note left on the counter. She steps closer, and her stomach drops as she reads, "Hey sweetie, I got called in for a night shift and won't be home until tomorrow. Call me if you need anything. Love, Mom."
This is why you should always be extra careful. And make sure to talk to your parents after school and not avoid them, as it could secretly be a skinwalker. Have you ever been home after school and start feeling weird? And start getting dizzy from your homework and chores? This video explains what to do.
If you ever see an unsettling face in the window of your neighbor's house, do not panic. You are no longer safe in your home anymore, and you must follow these rules to survive. First, do not look at the face again. Every time you glance at it, it gets closer. Second, if the neighbor calls you or knocks on your door, do not answer. That is no longer your real neighbor. Third, ignore any knocks on your windows. Do not even try to see what is outside. Fourth, if your neighbor texts you, do you see it too? Delete the message without replying. Fifth, if you accidentally fall asleep and you wake up tucked into your bed, run outside your bathroom and close your door immediately, no matter how tired you are. In order to escape, you must first go to the basement of your home, which will look unfamiliar to you. Entering the basement triggers the entity, so you must barricade the stairs with large, heavy objects. Sit in the corner of the room and say "run, run" to yourself 92 times to escape. Good luck.
All of these backrooms, horror videos always scare me so much because if I ever saw this, I do not think I would survive as it is too scary. The best way to avoid this is by doing your homework early and getting a lot of sleep. I found another disturbing incident we need to talk about. This one is called the skin case. So, once there was a sailor and he noticed something strange in the river. When he got close, he realized it was the skin of someone's body, which is so disturbing. This video explains it well.
This is considered one of the most shocking cases in Polish history. On January 6, 1999, a sailor in Poland noticed something strange floating on the river. It was long and pale and it smelled very bad. And as he leaned in closer to get a better look, he saw an ear attached to it. Now what I'm about to say next is very disturbing, so be warned. After the sailor found this substance, DNA testing then indicated it was the skin of a missing woman named Katarzyna Zawada.
That is actually so sad. I wonder how this woman went missing. Let's keep watching.
And whoever did this to her turned her skin into a suit and was likely wearing it. So at this point, only her skin was found. Until January 14th, when pieces of her clothing and one leg was found also in the river. 17 years later, 52-year-old Robert J. was arrested for this. He previously worked in a dissection lab, meaning he was skilled in preparing animal skin. And he allegedly also knew the victim. As of October 2022, 23 years since the victim was found, Robert J. is still awaiting trial. As he remains in custody, investigators are allegedly gathering more evidence to solve the case. Follow for more.
This is so disturbing. Like, what do you mean they were wearing their skin? How could someone do such a thing? I recommend you all to not search up pictures from this incident, as it is so sad. The next incident was actually from a K-pop star, which means K-pop might be very dangerous. Let's keep watching to see what happens.
The dark story behind.
The tile incident.
You might not know who is this guy, right? His name is Tile, and he is a K-pop idol from the group called NCT Dream. You might be shocked what he did. Basically, Tile sexually assaulted a 12-year-old girl, which means Tile demanded that the 12-year-old girl reveals her private parts to him. He messaged only young girls and wanted to see his girl's private body part, and wanted it to take a picture and sent it to him.
This is probably the most disturbing and disgusting thing I've heard today. I can't believe a K-pop star this big would do something like this. Never talk to random people you meet on the internet, Sunnies.
But some of the young girls said that it's illegal and doesn't want to send it to him. And I think that Tile raged and K1L3D them. The people were shocked of what Tile did. So people begins to destroy Tile's photo cards and his pictures. And SM, the CEO of the company, kicked Tile out from NCT Group. He's in jail for this. So please girls, keep your safety with you. Feel free to correct if something was not included at the topic, but don't make an argument. I'm just explaining. And by the way, we don't know who was the girl or what happened. There's no CCTV footage, but I think it will reveal it soon. So bye my friends.
It is very good that he was kicked out of his group and sent to jail. But I feel so very bad to all the little girls he did bad things to. I would never let kids near a man like this in my life. If I ever see this man, I would throw my mom's slipper at him. This next incident was very popular on TikTok a couple years ago because of how disturbing it was. Let's watch this explanation.
Let's talk about
the cat in a blender incident.
This incident happened in May 2023. It involved a calico cat being blended by a man. It started when he put the cat in a blender and began turning it on and off repeatedly. Eventually, he stopped turning it off and left it running. The cat was in extreme pain as it was blended, while the man was laughing.
How could someone do such a thing to an innocent cat? I have had over 4 cats and I love all of them, so So much I couldn't imagine doing something like this.
The cat continued to meowing for help as its organs and blood spread inside the blender. After that, he put the cat in a microwave and continued laughing until the cat died. Initially, the video went viral in China, then it spread internationally. It got so popular that Chinese netizens were able to locate and find him. The man was identified as Zhu Zhihui, a Chinese food blogger and social media influencer from Anhui province. He was detained for only 15 days, because in China, animal cruelty is not considered a serious crime. May the cat rest in peace.
I can't believe anyone would do this to their own pet. That is so cruel, and he needs to be locked up for the rest of his life. Not just 15 days, the fact he was laughing is also very sick. If you want to know what the guy looks like, this is his face. This last incident is probably the creepiest one of them all, so you have to watch to the end. You can't miss this.
Explaining incidents, part 2.
Fire breathing incident.
Before we start, can you follow me on Roblox? We're close to 1,000. Thank you, my cloudies. This man was from USA. He is known for breathing in fire, which is his talent. But one day something tragic incident had happened during the show. During his performance, he was lighting up a fire on a torch or whatever it's called, and putted it in his mouth. But
This sounds so horrifying. I would never want this to happen to me.
then, he accidentally swallowed some of the fuel. After it, he then burped, and the fire was under his stomach. After just 1 second, his stomach and body exploded, and the people who was watching him perform thought it was part of the act.
You all, if I went to the show, I would be screaming my lungs out in the crowd, because that is way too scary. Please do not try to find any videos from these incidents. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye candies.